After the overturning of Roe v. Wade in 2022, many states across the country came back to their legislative sessions in 2023 and passed what we call shield laws. And these laws shield abortion providers and also gender affirming care providers in their states from other states who have more strict laws about this, particularly as it pertains to minor children. Well, there's a lot going on right now between red states and blue states with the shield laws as it pertains to abortions. So, we're going to dig into this today. I'm going to tell you what's going on and why you should be concerned about this issue. Hey, everybody, I'm Julie Barrett, founder of Conservative Ladies of America. And today we're going to dig into the SHIELD law. Now, I've talked a lot about the SHIELD law in previous videos. Washington State passed a SHIELD law through House Bill 1469 back in 2023. And and Conservative Ladies of Washington was very involved in fighting the passage of this bill. It passed with bipartisan support in the House. 2 Republicans voted yes to pass this shield law. And it is identical to a law that's been passed in like 17 other states. So here's a list of all of the states that have such a shield law. What this shield law does is it shields providers in these states who are giving abortion and so-called gender affirming care. It shields them from any kind of legal recourse from other states. So as these were passing through, it was very easy to see that this was setting up for kind of a war between red states and blue states, particularly in the Pacific Northwest, where you've got Idaho right next to Washington. We were seeing right away kind of that war between the governments of Washington and Idaho, because it's really easy to bring teenage girls across the border from Idaho into Washington to receive abortion care or so-called gender affirming care. One of the things that I have encouraged people to do as they move from blue states into red states is work with your red state legislature to make policies that actually go against these shield laws and allow your citizens to be protected. Because what this shield law does is it allows basically abortion trafficking, transgender care trafficking for minor children. So this is a very dangerous law. Now, what's going on here is in December, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton sued a New York doctor who was prescribing mifepristone, which is the abortion pill, through the mail to Texas citizens. And they actually put out a release today that they have won a $100,000 judgment against that doctor. It is Dr. Margaret Daly Carpenter of the Abortion Coalition for Telemedicine. So this is the abortion pill, as you maybe may or may not know, is huge business telemedicine. They're prescribing these over the phone, over the internet for young kids. I mean, in states like Washington, California, New York, there is no age limit to which kids can get these abortion pills. It's considered protected healthcare. And so there's no age limit for these girls to access these pills. And in Washington, actually, they passed a bill last year. It was House Bill 2115 that expanded on a law that allows prescribing doctors or providers, they may not even be doctors, that are prescribing these abortion pills to children or any woman really, but they can leave their name off of the prescription label and just put their healthcare facility name. So for instance, Planned Parenthood instead of the doctor. Well, already existing in the law was that they didn't have to put what the drug name is on the label either. So here, let's say you have a teenage girl who goes to school during the day, gets hooked up with Planned Parenthood. They give her the mifepristone abortion pill and send her home with it to take it at home. So she takes it at home, and let's say she has complications and she's bleeding out on the bathroom floor, and her parents find her and they have to call 911. They find this prescription bottle, but there's no information on it. They don't know what the drug is. They don't know who prescribed it. They just know it came from Planned Parenthood. So I guess you could probably figure out what it is. But this is very dangerous. And they're passing policies that are extremely dangerous for women and especially young girls. Now, even if you are consider yourself pro-choice. Maybe you're of the 1990s Bill Clinton era, safe, legal, and rare. We are so far beyond safe, legal, and rare. It is abortion on demand at any time for any reason, no matter how old you are. And this is very dangerous because women don't even have to go see a provider in person to confirm the pregnancy, make sure it's not an ectopic pregnancy, which can be very dangerous to take the abortion pill with an ectopic pregnancy and can create all kinds of complications for women. There are a lot of dangers involved. And so true healthcare for women would be involve an in-person consultation with an actual medical doctor. Now, I am adamantly pro-life. I do not believe in abortion at any time for any reason, but I do understand that in states like Washington, California, New York, you do have to be strategic about how you are trying to shift the policy back to a place of sanity. And so it's important to come at this from the perspective of protecting women. In Washington or California, you're not going to get rid of abortion. You're not going to get a 6-week abortion ban, but maybe you could get the provider's name on the drug. Maybe you start putting some guardrails in so that, children under 16 can't get abortions. While I would like to see it happen all in one fell swoop, that's just not going to happen. And so it would be nice to see Republicans in these states trying to advocate for some kind of guardrails amongst abortion. But the Democrats are so radical left. They're so far off the left cliff that there is no bringing this back. All they do every single session in these states is they take it further to the left. And in Washington state this year, they have a bill, I believe it's Senate Bill 5321. There's a House bill that's the same. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but 5321 would mandate that all state higher level education would have mifepristone available to their students. And it would be taxpayer funded, of course. So this is a big win for Texas to get this $100,000 judgment against this New York doctor. Well, this isn't the end of it. Yesterday on X, the governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, posted a video about a girl in Louisiana who had received, unbeknownst to her by her mother, mifepristone that was prescribed to the mother from a New York doctor. So the girl who was excited to have this baby and was even planning a gender reveal party, her mother gave her mifepristone and terminated her pregnancy. I mean, this is just evil.
Yesterday, I signed off on the extradition form, and the warrant was sent to New York at the request of the Attorney General Liz Muro and the District Attorney Tony Clayton. And let me be clear what this case is about. This is about a case in which a minor in Louisiana got pregnant. This minor was excited to have a baby, and she was actually planning a gender reveal party. Her mom conspired with a New York doctor to get a chemical abortion pill in the mail and then forced that minor to take it. This minor ended up in the hospital. This pill ended up ending her pregnancy and that baby's life. There's only one right answer in this situation, and it's that that doctor must face extradition to Louisiana, where she can stand trial and justice will be served. We owe that to the minor and to the innocent loss of life and to the people of this state who stand by life overwhelmingly.
So, of course, Governor Kathy Hochul of New York is not going to just say, oh, sure, come in and extradite this doctor who has prescribed these medications that are illegal in your state. She's got the SHIELD law, which she is citing here in her response to Governor Jeff Landry.
That in the aftermath of at 1:41 today, this office received an order of extradition for a New York doctor, an abortion provider who lives upstate. In the state of New York, at my direction, we have put in place strict SHIELD laws that anticipate this very situation, that in the aftermath of the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the established law for 49 years that gave women rights that my mother's generation had to fight for, that my generation took for granted, that are no longer there for my daughter's generation. After 49 years of having the established law of the nation overturned by this Supreme Court, we knew that in the state of New York that we had providers who could be vulnerable. Louisiana has changed their laws, but that has no bearing on the laws here in the state of New York. Doctors take an oath to protect their patients. I took an oath of office to protect all New Yorkers, and I will uphold not only our Constitution, but the laws of our land.
And of course, the lawsuit is against the very same doctor, Dr. Margaret Daly Carpenter, who has this telemedicine clinic in New York that's prescribing mifepristone all across the country to states where it is illegal. Since these shield laws are rather new and these cases are just starting to come up, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out in the court system and which state will prevail. Now, I could see, you can't prevent travel. So a woman can travel to any state and have if a woman travels from Texas to Washington to get an abortion, she can do that. That's not illegal, despite what the mainstream media might try to tell you. But this idea of mailing mifepristone into states that have laws against that, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And it kind of, if you think about it, like, in Washington, if you're a gun owner in Washington, there are a lot of things that you cannot get shipped from gun manufacturers that you cannot get shipped into the state of Washington. When we were there in December for the holidays, my husband tried to get something shipped to his mom's house and they wouldn't ship it. They said it's illegal for us because of House Bill 1240, which is the assault weapons ban, which was passed in 2023. It's illegal for us to ship this to this address. So if Washington is going to have these kinds of laws on some, like it's such a hypocritical thing. So it's going to be interesting to me to see how these play out. Now that these things are starting to come to light, I think that we're going to see red states passing legislation just for this purpose, to give them the legal leverage that they're going to need to protect the citizens of their state, and in particular, the children in their state, and really try to, cramp down on these abortion trafficking types of laws in blue states. In Washington state, there is a bill currently moving through the legislature. It's Senate Bill 5632, and I have done a video on that, which I will link below. This bill expands on the shield law that is currently in place in Washington, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which was House Bill 1469 from 2023. So this 5632 expands on the existing shield law, making it even more difficult for red states to work with law enforcement in these blue states when there is some sort of a abortion trafficking, transgender trafficking type of issue going on. I anticipate that Senate Bill 5632 will pass this year and become part of Washington's shield law. I don't know specifically about some of these other states, how expansive theirs are. I'm going to link up some more information in the description below if you're curious and just want to take a look. This is an issue that's near and dear to my heart, so I will be watching this, and of course, I will share it all with you as well. So thanks for watching. And if you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I would also like to say a huge thank you to all of our subscribers. We recently hit 10,000 subscribers, which is a huge deal. We had like 900 back at the end of November. So we are growing really fast thanks to all of you. We appreciate your support. Make sure that you're subscribed to our Substack as well, which is linked down below, so that you get our latest updates and breaking calls to action that are often time sensitive. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.